Most of us encounter at least one difficult person in every season of our lives, sometimes multiple. They show up at work, in volunteer organizations, and in your personal life as well. Now, the challenge isn't just surviving those interactions, it's also staying calm, effective, and continuing to grow as a person and as a leader. So, what kind of behaviors am I talking about? This is the person that's too loud. They seek attention, especially in a crowd, and at times they're inappropriate. Or the person that's too chatty. They dominate conversations. It's hard to disengage from this person. They rarely ask you questions, and they may drift into gossip. Then you have the person that's too touchy. They're hypersensitive. They're usually hurt or angry about something. Then the person that's too quiet. They're hard to read, and they rarely contribute their ideas. And then lastly, the person that's too deflective. It's never their fault, and they rarely take responsibility for anything. These sound familiar? Now, these aren't necessarily bad people. They just may simply lack the self-awareness and unintentionally frustrate those that are around them. The good news is you can keep your composure and stay effective. Here are 5 ways to do just that. Number 1, take the direct approach. Ask for permission to be direct. Say, would you be open to some feedback? Delivered respectfully, this can open the door to a real conversation and reduce the tension at the same time. You might even be the first person that cared enough to let them know how they're coming across. Number 2, create healthy boundaries. Choose to interact with them when you have the bandwidth. You don't have to do it immediately. Choose to close your office door to create a barrier there, especially when you're doing deep work. Tell your chatty coworkers, hey, I only have 5 minutes, but I want to hear the end of this story. Can you wrap it up or give me a summary? Invite your quieter coworkers to enter into the discussion. And those that are deflective, ask them, hey, what are you willing to own here? Number 3, set mutual communication rules. Establish your own personal ground rules for healthy communication, and then invite those to share theirs as well. Then compare your list and find common ground on what you can both agree to. Number 4, help them find a better fitting role. Tools like DISC, the Working Genius, even the Enneagram can help them and you to be able to understand their strengths, their stressors, and their blind spots. Sometimes a different role or environment is all it takes to be able to lower the friction dramatically in their world. And then number 5, forgive them in advance. Author Brant Hansen calls this his strategy to be unoffendable. It's deciding ahead of time to let go of offenses, and it keeps you from spiraling into resentment as well as protecting your own well-being. Now, here's a bonus tip. Have a go-to redirection question. If you find yourself in a conversation that's not really going anywhere and maybe even going south, ask a question like, what are you excited about right now? Or what are you most looking forward to in this season? Or who's been the most influential person in your professional life and how? Tell me about that person. If you have to be around these personalities, you might as well redeem your time with constructive dialogue. So, what's your favorite go-to strategy to handle difficult people at work and in your personal life? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what works for you. And while you're at it, review some of those descriptors I mentioned at the beginning of this and ask yourself the question, could I be a difficult person in someone else's story? The answer to that question could open the door to lots of possibilities for your own personal growth.